Come on, let's get him. Come on, we can do this. Come on, let's get him. Fish in front of me. Go on. Yeah. Oh, get wrecked, son. Oh, 420 blazer. Eat it. Yeah, noob.
Do not say, when I have leisure, I will study, for you may never have leisure. And the worst form of procrastination is reading a procrastination quote. Here we go, Dwittyy here, and welcome back to another episode of Survival Games. And I'm recording this after the gameplay, so what you're watching right now is a fairly good gameplay, good deathmatch. You'll see, I don't want to discuss that because the reason I'm doing this, back to this sort of style, is because it's a really heavy topic. Now, a lot of you may not want to watch all of it, that's fine. I'm just here to help you. I'm here to help. And today's topic is procrastination and how to study effectively. More on the study effective side. Just going to talk a little bit about procrastination. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So, procrastination. We've all been there. We all know what it's like. You come home or you say to yourself, gonna do some work. I'm gonna revise science, I'm going to write this essay, and you just stare at the page and think, I need a break. Go onto YouTube, and you're there for the next 10 hours watching stupid vlogs and pranks and stuff like that. We've all been there. Don't tell me you haven't, because I know for the fact right now, I'm procrastinating making this video, and you're probably procrastinating watching this video. So yeah, you know, you can't really argue. We all procrastinate. It's not a bad thing. But yeah, so what I want to talk about is how to study effectively. And the first thing I want to start off with is how we work and stuff like that. So on the screen now is a graph, and it shows the time along the bottom and the work efficiency on the left. So imagine that the higher the work efficiency, the more effort you're putting in, and the more that jazz. So on screen at the moment you can see that as soon as you start working, let's say the bottom halves are about, let's split into 30 minutes. So for the first 30 minutes you're working, but then as soon as you hit that mark it goes down, and it just slowly goes down. So after 30 minutes you're just like, I hate science, I hate geography, I hate English, and you're sitting there looking at the book and you're not doing anything. So that's how, you know, that's how we manage to procrastinate, because we just get fed up and we want to continue but we can't. Which is why I recommend doing this. We take 25 minutes to work, and then after 25 minutes, or as soon as you feel like you're not learning anymore, you stop, you take a 5-minute break, and then you come back and then you do it again, and you won't be back to your 100% efficiency, but you'll be almost there. So what will happen is you'll do 25 minutes of hard study, 5 minutes break, back to 25 minutes. You won't be as effective, but it will still be better than doing it in a straight consecutive 20 hours or 12 hours each night when you cram. Because cramming is when you realise you have an exam the next day and you stay up for 12 hours studying, or as this graph shows, staring at a book. Now that's one way of dealing with it, so taking a 25-minute break and then 25-minute work, 5-minute break. That's how it could work first of all. But then another way is I'm going to take another example here. Let's say you were working for 90 minutes. You wanted to do 90 minutes. Okay, that's a fair amount, but you only had 90 minutes to revise. When you revise, or when you work, this is more for when you study. When you study, you do 10 minutes, okay? You always remember the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes of your study period, okay? This has been proven, okay? So if you were to take 90 minutes, you'd remember afterwards, you'd remember the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes, okay? Now the reason you remember the first is because you're all up for it, you're all going in for it, and you're ready to revise and study. But then during the middle, you've lost it and you're counting the pages, how many pages you have left. But then the last 10 minutes you're thinking, I haven't got a lot of pages left, I want to get this done. And you work and you look at it and you concentrate, which is why you focus and memorize more in the first and last periods of your study session. So if you were to take a 90-minute session, it'd be 10 minutes, 70 minutes of wasted staring at a book time, and then another 10 minutes of hardcore study, which isn't the best, which is why I say take 30 minutes, 10 minutes to study, 10 minutes wasted time in the middle, which is always going to happen, and then 10 minutes at the end, which you'll remember. And that will happen 3 times to give you your 90 minutes. Now, you should also take a break after this, okay? It doesn't have to be a long break, just a 5-minute break or so. And make sure while you're in that break, you're not letting it all go. So maybe a 10-minute separation between your study periods, 5 minutes to think about what you've learned, maybe write a few notes or answer a question or two about what you've learned, and then go into your 5-minute break just to refresh and calm down a bit. So I'm sorry if this is a lot of information I'm just throwing at you, but this is, I think I've seen like 2 hours worth of lectures and read like 3 essays, and I wanted to get it into as short as possible, and I haven't got long in this video. So yeah, let's get back into the topic. So what should you do in your break? What is the perfect break? So what you should do in your break is you should drink, you should go to the toilet, and most importantly, you should stretch, because there's nothing worse than going back into studying and writing and your hands frozen, or your hand it's at the point where you've written so much you can't write anymore. That's not what you want to happen. You want to sit back in your chair, maybe just before you're getting back into it, and you just relax. You give a nice stretch. I'm doing this at the moment to improvise. I'm flapping my, I don't even know what I'm doing. So yeah, just make sure you stretch. Now what you shouldn't do is do not go on your phone and check your messages. Do not go to the bedroom and say, oh, I'm just going to have a quick nap. And most importantly, do not go onto YouTube or start watching a TV episode. Just like, oh, I'm going to watch a quick episode of Doctor Who or Breaking Bad or whatever. Because the moment you start watching, 5 minutes isn't a lot. And after you've got a drink, you've been to the toilet, you've eaten a little bit, you're only going to have a minute or so left, and you're not going to stay there for a minute watching the first minute of one of your favourite programs. It's not going to happen. You're going to sit there for half an hour and say, oh, I'll continue after this, because then you'll lose all interest in what you're studying. You'll lose it all. So make sure that you do not start watching YouTube, you do not start watching TV, and you get back to studying after those 5 minutes. Now, I know it's difficult to start. That is probably the most daunting thing about doing an essay or starting revision, and it's thinking, oh, I've got 100 pages to do, or I've got 6 topics to revise. You know, that's not how you should do it. You need to split it up, okay? You need to plan. You need to plan when you're going to do it. You're going to plan how much you're going to do, what resources you need, and how you're going to do it. Okay? Make sure you're thinking about this. Can be on the bus journey to school. This can be while you're in school and you're not really focused in lesson, or you're finished with your work. Start thinking about later and doing work and how you're going to plan that out. Now I'm going to go through one of my topics and show you how I do things and how I revise and study and whatever. So for me, I have 6 science exams at the end of my year, which is a lot more than other people take. And most people take 3 or probably even 0. Oh no, a lot of people take 3, maybe 0. Okay, but I've been entered for 6 science exams, which is biology, chemistry, physics, additional. They're all for additional, and the same for extension. They're just like an extra topic for the top group, I suppose. And then what I've done, instead of thinking, oh, I've got 6 science topics to revise, this is what I do. I say to myself, science, and I split it up into additional and extension. So that split it up into 2 3s. Then I've said, right, let's think about biology. So now that's only 1 bit. Hang on, I'm just gonna sneeze. Okay, so back to it. I then say to myself, right, I'm gonna do topic 1, and I'm gonna do pages 1 to 5 tonight. And I'll do that 6 nights a week, so 1 night for a break. And I'll just say to myself, you know, I'll try and do as much as I can, 5 pages a night. And then at the end of the week, because there's only 30 pages in additional biology, I'm done. I'm done with additional biology, and that's 6 out of the way in 1 week. So I've already done both biologies, and I've just got 4 more to do, and I've got to do that over the week. It's not worked perfectly, but it does work, I promise you. So if you need to revise a lot of topics, that is one way you can do it. Do 6 nights a week, and just do a short, take the page and just summarize it in a small paragraph, as small as you can without losing any detail. This was a great kill, by the way. And make sure you do this for 6 nights a week, one day to relax or to do homework or anything like that. But yeah, I think that gameplay's coming to a close, as you saw there with the final shot. So that's pretty much all of that. That was a lot. I had to write that all down. God, that was a big topic. Sorry about that. That was a lot of talking and a lot of things you probably missed. So if you need to go back and watch that again to get a few of my tips, you can. If you're confused on any of them, leave a comment down in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video and it's helped it out, leave a like. And if you've enjoyed me, click subscribe. More topics like this in the future, hopefully. But yeah, what do you think of the topic? What do you think of the gameplay? What do you think of this episode in general? Okay, and if you've got any topic, if you've got any subject related things, leave them down below. But other than that, I'll see you in the future. Dwittyy out.